Thank you so much, EA, for the early access game code. Hi everybody, it's me Monica and welcome to another speed build. So today we are going to be building in Ravenwood, and this is like a countryside part of the world, and I just really wanted to build something in here. So I decided to build a gypsy caravan. And you guys, actually, I started like 3 builds already, and I didn't like none of them. I don't know why, they just wasn't really inspiring to me. That almost every time happens when we got the new pack and everybody is building like the same architecture. And I don't know why I just can't, especially this time when I was building for The Sims 4 Life and Death. I'm really hoping that you were all able to see my builds in my last video. But I built 3 builds, and I built like a club and countryside bar, and also I built a starter home in Afterworld. So yeah, I was experimenting quite a lot with Romanian architecture already, and I just really want to do something different to it, let's say it like that. And since we've got like tarot cards, I already did like one custom content apartment before this for a tarot reader. But this time I did something completely different just because I noticed that we cannot get a lot of simoleons from tarot readings, and we cannot really get luxurious apartment by doing so. So I had this vision in my head that we have a gypsy who is very into curating things, like she's a curator, and also she is a tarot reader. And this, you guys, is a micro home. It's super small. It's really tiny. But I didn't put a bathroom inside. You're going to see it later on. But I just didn't want to compromise the space inside so much. And also I really wanted this to look like a medieval kind of a caravan. So I decided to move the bathroom outside, and hopefully it makes sense. You're going to see everything very soon, and I really like this build, you guys. First of all, I don't have a tool mod in my game, so I didn't use none. That's really not something that I would regularly do. I wouldn't do a caravan like this without a tool mod. But this was a very great opportunity for me to show you guys that you still can do this even though you don't have a tool mod. Because oftentimes I get, on builds like that, I get comments like, ha, it's simple to do this with the tool mod, do it without tool mod, and things like that. So yeah, I'm showing you that you can do a build like that without any custom content. And I thought it's really realistic because it's a micro home, and she's like a curator and also a tarot reader, so she's not making so much money. Of course, if you are a curator and find something rare, that's very nice. But I thought she could definitely live from selling the things that she is finding around the world, and also she's living from tarot, just a little bit. And I added that she is like a macabre person. So I also added a table from the paranormal stuff, so she can like communicate with the departed, like with the ghosts. And I thought that goes so well with this spec, especially because this is a countryside part of the world, and in the countryside part of the world usually there are no ghosts. So like in the countryside there are no ghosts. Ghosts live mostly in the village part and in the afterlife part that we've got as well, morning whale, but not in the countryside. And I thought that since she doesn't see that many ghosts uh, that often, she likes to communicate with them by that with that table. So that was kind of my vision. You're going to see right now that I was really struggling with like the whole floor plan of this lot, since it's like 30 by 30 lot and this house is super tiny, like super tiny, and I really had a lot of space on the lot to work with, and I just didn't know where to place what. At the end, I think everything looks very nice and everything makes sense, but I really did struggle a little bit. Also, as I said before, I wanted to add a bathroom outside, and also since this is a caravan and we have horse ranch, I also added a horse. In here, I was really sad actually because my original story was that the horse is actually dead, like, and he is a ghost. But when I've got to a case, I noticed that we don't have a horse ghost. Maybe I'm just delusional. Maybe I just didn't see it. But I thought it would be so cool to have like a dead horse, like a horse ghost. And it's almost like she parked in here long time ago. And then her horse died, unfortunately, and she couldn't handle it, so she decided to live with her ghostly horse in here. So I'm really hoping that actually we can do a horse ghost, because I believe that we can do that with pets. So that would be logical, only logical, if you ask me. But that's one thing that I'm concerned about. Let's say it like that. And also, I started doing this on the autumn time of the year. And you can see that grass is like it has this yellowish undertone, but trees aren't. And that's really makes me anxious, because it looks like seasons are not functional 100% right now. This is not the final version of the game. It's an early access version of the game. So I'm really hoping that they're going to fix that, because that would be such a shame. I noticed that when I get to the autumn time, you can see the leaves on the floor, like yellow leaves, and the grass generally changed the color, and also the light changed the color outside, but not the trees. So yeah, let's hope for the best. Let's hope that they're going to fix this and that we are going to get seasons with this spec, because that would be logical. In our part of the world, autumn is like a regular thing. We have 4 seasons, and I would really like to see 4 seasons included in Ravenwood. I was trying to use as many items from the new pack as I was able. And I'm so happy that I was able to use these holes that we've got for the floor and the roof, because they're like super adorable. I mean, it's really strange to say that holes on the floor or the roof are adorable. But it's such a realistic little detail, and especially if you like realistic builds like I do. Um, so I think that I'm going to use these holes a lot in my builds overall in general, because I really like to build like haunted builds and rundown builds, and that's totally my vibe. So I'm really, really excited that I'll be able to do that. And for the exterior of this house, I used like a base color from the new pack, and also I used new doors and new windows for the exterior, but that's basically it. We didn't get that many details that I could include on the exterior. Uh, but I also use new columns. That's very nice. I really like those wooden columns. I really like the detail on them. And overall, they've really helped a lot in creating this caravan over here. But I must admit that I combined some other packs with this one in here. Mostly like I believe Realm of Magic, Horse Ranch, and Cottage Living. Those are the packs that I used the most in here, for sure. I definitely used some other details from other packs, but they're not that important. Landscape is mostly Cottage Living, because unfortunately we didn't get that many um, landscaping details. Not any, to be quite honest. Not in the normal categories. We've got some items in debug and live edit mode that you can use for your landscapes, but not as much as usual, to be quite honest. Even though I'm not very surprised, because we've got a lot of regular items. We've got like very detailed gameplay as well with this one, and so many things. So I'm not so excited that we didn't got as many items in live edit and debug mode, because they're mostly copies of other plants and things as such that we already have in the game. But I'm still very, very excited with everything that we've got with this spec, because we've got so many beautiful things, um, both for the exterior and interior. And this is going to probably be one of the most used packs for me. I don't know. I just really, really love it. It's totally my vibe, and I'm really, really excited to build finally without any restrictions at all. I mean, I'm still not using custom content or tool mod. I don't believe that I need it right now, but soon we will get some builds with that as well, so you don't have to worry. If you are that kind of person who really is watching me because of my skill with tool mod and creativity, thank you so much. I'm here for it. But from time to time, it's really nice to challenge yourself and try to do more like, I wouldn't say vanilla builds, because it's not, but let's say with only bb move objects. Um, I added like a small pond in here. That wasn't a plan, to be quite honest, but as I told you before, this lot was huge. It was really, really big. So I just wanted to add something to make it appear smaller, if you know what I mean. So I added this small pond in here, and also you were able to notice that I added already this bathroom, like outdoor bathroom. So basically, what I did is I combined this outdoor toilet from a horse ranch, I believe, and I added one little room extra on the side to add a shower. And somehow I made them look nice. I mean, they work nice together, I believe so. Because I added like walls around them, and also I added a roof. So they are basically functioning like they're the same. But I didn't use more tiles than I supposed to use, if you know what I mean. I really wanted this home to be a micro home. Of course, if you don't have tiny living, I believe that this can be like normal residential lot, so you don't have to think about it. But if you do have tiny living, we are getting some perks if you have like a tiny home. I believe that you don't have to pay some bills or things like that if you live in a micro home. I'm not 100%. Definitely, you people who like gameplay, tell me more about it. But I believe I'm right. It was definitely something like that. So I decided to build a micro home on this lot. And I'm really hoping that you're not disappointed that I didn't do anything Romanian inspired still. But as I said, I really wanted to do something different. Now it's the time where everybody are doing the same kind of architecture. And every time when a situation like that comes along, I just cannot build that architecture, if you know what I mean. I would rather build it a little bit later when everybody gets tired of the architecture, and then I can, you know, do my own thing. But right now I'm focused more on other people's content and my content and everything, because obviously I was building for the bag, and I'm literally never spending this much time on social media. I've spent so many days on social media, you guys. And as a person who has ADHD, that's very hard. And that's one of the main reasons why this is like the first build that I did for this bag. I just couldn't. I was so exhausted and tired of watching all this content around the peg that I just needed a few days to relax, to meditate, to chill a bit, just to fill my batteries, let's say it like that, a little bit, so I can build. Also, I installed Tiny Glade, so yeah, I was trying to build in Tiny Glade as well. But usually when I'm trying to recuperate, I just can't build like crazy. And oftentimes I'm not very satisfied with what I'm doing. And I just need more time, you know. And we are in the interior of this adorable house. I just love it. I used quite a lot of items from this pack, but I also used Lifestruck in here quite a lot. That's unusual. I don't usually do that, but I found like perfect items for this build. And you can see that we have like full on kitchen in here that is perfectly functional. Everything functions. I tried everything. I play tested it. And we have this small computer table as well in here. And also I use this chest from Lifestruck because it looked so good in here. It really had a lot of sense, more than just a regular wardrobe. And we have one single bed basically over in here. So this house is definitely not made for two Sims, unfortunately. But since I wanted to make it so small, it's just, yeah, it was logical to have only one single bed, you know. It would be very adorable if our Sim could actually squeeze together on a regular like one person bed. That would be so adorable, like especially teenagers or something. But yeah, I don't believe that we are going to get that so soon. So yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this build. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn your notifications on. And yeah, I'm sending you a lot of kisses, and I just cannot wait to see you again very soon. Bye everybody.